gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you have done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there.
But beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight?
It don't matter. But been fighting big people all their fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
At the press conference, Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, delivered a strong warning to Canelo, making it clear that size and weight won't matter once the fight begins. He reminded everyone that Crawford has been facing bigger men his entire career and always finds a way to take control. Confident and direct, Bomac declared that Canelo is in real danger because Crawford's skill set and mindset will be the deciding factors when they finally meet inside the ring.
Matchup with Canelo.
But beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight?
It don't matter. But been fighting big people all their fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bomac?
What?
Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for. That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we gonna get past that shit.
Bomac speaks with complete assurance whenever he talks about Terence Crawford's chances in this fight. To him, this is more than just another matchup. It's an opportunity to cement Crawford's status as the greatest pound-for-pound fighter alive. He stresses that Crawford has been consistent in the gym, leaving no excuses or gaps in preparation. For Bomac, discipline is what separates champions from ordinary fighters, and Crawford's relentless work proves why he sits at the top of the sport. His words reflect not just confidence, but a belief that Crawford's mix of ability and mentality will carry him through. The way Bomac frames the fight, it isn't only about winning, it's about making history in front of the world.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 30th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything?
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Getting these fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Rumors about Canelo Alvarez struggling against Jaron "Boots" Ennis during sparring stirred debate throughout the boxing community. Many fans draw stylistic comparisons between Ennis and Terence Crawford, citing their fast feet, sharp counters, and slick defensive skills. If Canelo reportedly had difficulty with a fighter resembling Crawford in a controlled session, then the question arises: how much tougher will it be against Crawford himself in a real fight? While sparring is not the same as championship night, patterns often reveal something, and this story made many believe Canelo could face bigger problems than expected. For Crawford supporters, it only reinforces the idea that he has the tools to expose Canelo's weaknesses under the lights.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron "Boots" Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron "Boots" Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron "Boots" Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
In response to these sparring discussions, Bomac quickly dismissed the idea that Ennis could be compared to Crawford. He admitted that Boots is gifted, but insisted that Crawford operates on a completely different level. According to him, no sparring partner, no matter how skilled, can replicate what Crawford brings. Bomac explained that Crawford combines experience, adaptability, and mental toughness in ways that can't be imitated. That's why he argues comparisons miss the mark. The real fight will display Crawford's unique qualities, not just his speed and movement, but also his intelligence under pressure. Bomac's rejection of the narrative underscores his unwavering confidence in Crawford's individuality and his ability to rise above stylistic similarities others may point out.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to that.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit, dog.
Ade Oladipo expressed concerns about Crawford's decision to add significant weight for this fight. He argued that boxing isn't simply about size, but about maintaining the right balance between power and skill. Rapid weight gain could slow Crawford down or disrupt his natural rhythm. Oladipo fears that by adjusting his body to match Canelo's size, Crawford might lose the very fluidity and speed that set him apart. While fans applaud Crawford's courage in moving up, Oladipo highlights the risks of tampering with what already makes him great. His view shows that even with excellent preparation, the journey to such a fight carries complications if not managed carefully.
It was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And where he's just skinny, he's like wiry, he's very much Tommy Hearns. Now...
Oh, have you seen him?
He's
now
massive. He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Which there's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, one second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion.
Yeah,
I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. He lost. But
yeah.
Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of they're both skillful.
trainer Breadman Edwards offered a more balanced perspective on the matter. He noted that Crawford is fully aware Jaron Ennis sparred with Canelo and recognizes the real power Ennis brings. Yet, instead of allowing this to disrupt his focus, Crawford treats the information as part of his preparation. Edwards emphasized that Crawford's confidence doesn't falter over outside elements like sparring partners. For him, the only thing that counts is the actual fight and his ability to make adjustments in real time. In fact, knowing that Ennis has worked in Canelo's camp may serve as added motivation, pushing Crawford's team to sharpen their game against that style and training. Edwards ultimately reassured that Crawford thrives in these situations, and his mental toughness ensures he isn't shaken by who his opponent brings into camp.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay. Let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
One of the most common arguments from fans and analysts is that Canelo's size advantage will be too much for Crawford to overcome. Supporters of Canelo point to his proven strength at higher weight divisions and question whether Crawford, who started his career at lightweight, can handle the power of a naturally bigger man. The debate centers on physicality versus skill. Doubters of Crawford insist that size as a barrier skill alone cannot erase. They argue that at some stage, natural physics take over, and Canelo's heavy shots could simply break Crawford down. This opinion reflects a wide portion of boxing followers who believe that, regardless of Crawford's talent, moving up against such a physically dominant fighter may be a step too far.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another factor often raised is Canelo's wealth of experience at the sport's highest level. Analysts emphasize that Canelo has faced nearly every style imaginable, from slick movers to aggressive brawlers and defensive specialists, logging countless championship rounds under intense pressure. Beyond size and strength, his familiarity with the biggest stages gives him composure and resilience that few can match. Experience often shapes how a fighter reacts under fire, and Canelo has proven his toughness time and again. Supporters argue that this vast knowledge, when combined with his natural power, makes him a unique obstacle for anyone, even Crawford. The idea is that while skill matters, the championship spotlight and the ability to thrive in it could heavily tilt the fight in favor of the Mexican star.
There's things about being in camp with Canelo, it's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Some voices in the boxing community remain torn about this matchup altogether. On one hand, they admire Crawford's ambition to chase greatness, but on the other hand, they question whether Canelo is the right opponent to showcase his legacy. The concern isn't about Crawford's talent, but about the possibility that a physical mismatch could overshadow his skills. Critics suggest Crawford might have chosen other paths to prove his greatness without stepping up against someone with such a size advantage. Still, they acknowledge that this fight brings Crawford massive visibility and financial reward, making it both a risk and an opportunity unlike anything else in his career.
High guard,
high
okay,
guards,
okay.
man.
Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol, he's got Benavidez, he's got all these other legitimate 168, 175 pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're gonna go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as talented as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that's probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not, because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound for pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez? Something like that. Same thing?
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight these up and coming 168, 165 to 175 pound guys.
Bomac, however, frames the fight as more than a clash of size and power. He describes it as a battle of intellect. His breakdown focuses on the finer details of boxing. Timing can neutralize raw power, and speed can counteract size. For him, Crawford's genius lies in his adaptability, his ability to adjust from moment to moment, making him a puzzle opponents cannot solve. His well-known phrase, "skills pay the bills," is more than just a catchphrase. It's a philosophy that defines Crawford's rise. It underscores the belief that even with Canelo's power and experience, Crawford's mastery of boxing subtleties gives him every chance to defy the odds.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays the bills. You got to have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay. He got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to take to get that win, right?
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.